The first match of Ragnarok, Lubu versus Thor. This is an interesting match. On one hand, you have the god of thunder, who's said to be the strongest god. Most likely just talking about the Scandinavian gods though. And Lubu, the strongest man in his time. He spent his entire life looking for people that can challenge his strength, and after decades of searching, he came to a realization that there is no one alive that can challenge him. As soon as this match begins, it becomes apparent that these two individuals operate on a very similar wavelength. They both live the life of being the absolute strongest and sharing the same love for fighting. Even the narrator goes as far to say that both of them had the same thought at the same time, that if they had walked the earth at the same time, they would have for sure been comrades. That's why, when they first clashed weapons, they were both shocked and excited to finally find someone they can fight with all their might. Of course, the only reason Lubu, a human, can even stand up to a god is because of the Valkyrie's help. By using the ability known as Volundr, they can transform their body into a divine treasure. A divine treasure perfectly suited for the individual. In Lubu's case, it was a haber, a sort of pole weapon, which the tip is usually a mix between a spear and an axe. In this case, the tip is more like a crescent blade attached to the spear rather than an axe. But with this godly weapon, Lubu manages to not only injure Thor, but completely shatter one of his divine treasures, the yarn gripper. These gloves, thought to be protecting Thor from his hammer, Mjolnir, in fact was restricting Thor's power in order to protect the hammer from his incredible grip. After having his gauntlets destroyed, Mjolnir finally awakens. It turns out the hammer is alive, and it was just sleeping all this time, until now, perhaps because of the thrill of this battle. Thor then lifts Mjolnir with one hand before launching the hammer at Lubu like a frisbee. Lubu dodges the attack and charges towards Thor. The hammer, like a frisbee, came back spinning even faster. Thor then catches the hammer, and with the same momentum of the spinning Mjolnir, he attacks Lubu, swinging the hammer like he's hammering a nail through the floor. Lubu foolishly tries to block the attack. Everyone in the arena assumed him dead after taking that attack, but he actually managed to survive. His legs, however, were completely broken from the impact. Although the situation was grim, Lubu did not falter, still trying to stand on his feet to fight. That's when his trusted steed came out of nowhere to assist him in the fight. Although it could be considered as cheating, the gods allowed Lubu to ride his steed and use them as his legs in order to continue his fight. Lubu then delivers his strongest attack ever to Thor, named Sky Eater. In his life on Earth, Lubu, after realizing that no one in the world was able to challenge him, although this made him incredibly sad and bored, it did not deter him from aiming to become even stronger. He then practiced the same move every day, every night, non-stop, until he developed this technique that split even the clouds in the sky for miles. He named it Sky Eater. Faced with this attack, Thor launched his hammer again, grabbing it as it returned to him, and used the same attack he used to break Lubu's legs. As they clashed, these two battle-loving warriors could not help but smile with joy. Even the god Thor, who had been previously emotionless, had the wildest, slightly creepiest smile we've seen from him all contest. At the end, Thor's strength was just too overwhelming. Lubu's haber breaks, and he loses both arms after the clash. Even at this hopeless moment, facing death in the face, Lubu was just incredibly happy. Happy that he finally got to give it all. Happy that he finally got to give it his all in a battle. He then looks at Thor and smiles, and charges towards him armless, weaponless, and with both his legs broken, just for the sake of fighting. He declares that this right here is the happiest he has ever been. Thor then swings his hammer and decapitates Lubu, defeating him and bringing the first match of Ragnarok to an end. There are some interesting things I'd like to talk about in this battle. Although this is a battle to the death, both Thor and Lubu were enjoying themselves the whole time. Thor in particular seems to have gained a newfound respect for the humans. All the rest of the gods, including himself, before this battle, looked down upon mankind. They all thought they had no worth. But throughout the battle, we see Thor developing some genuine interest in Lubu. Firstly, showing Lubu his strongest attack was a show of respect and acknowledgement to him, as Odin's crows mentioned. And also, after Mjolnir awakens before launching his hammer at Lubu, Thor acknowledges him even further by calling him by his name and not just some human. He takes it even further by requesting something from Lubu, a god requesting something from a human, unheard of. Be it the request he asked of him was to not die as he tries to kill him. But still, I think it shows a great deal of development from Thor in his views of mankind.